to minute effects. I want to talk about the fractality of price. All right, the fractality of price, which means price is actually fractal. All right, it's fractal. But before I proceed, I would love you to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to get notified when videos like this drop. Also try to like the video, all right, so that YouTube can recommend this video to other viewers, all right, so that they can also benefit from the video. Okay. Secondly, I would like to place disclaimer. I don't usually do this, but just to make us know that the video is for only educational purpose alone, all right? So try to watch it only to get educated in that regard, all right? So also we have a trading community. Basically is free. If you want to learn, you want to have access to some of my trade ideas and other, traders trade ideas, you can try to join the trading community, all right, so that you will flow along with us, all right? I think without talking too much, let's go into it. So what does it mean for anything to be fractal, all right? So I went to check the definition of fractal, all right, from this, I think, Investopedia, and then this is what they said. They said, although equity and other price appeared random, all right, many argue they create repeated patterns and trends. Not only that, but some see within these repeating patterns miniature versions of the larger pattern, all right? Miniature means small scale version of that same pattern on, the larger scale. Now, what does it mean? So these patterns, both on the larger scales, repeating itself on a lower scale, is called fractal, all right? So that's just what it means. Before I proceed, all right, because I'm going to go to the chart and try to explain, so that you can see it and how to actually address fractality of price, all right? Now, you see, all these are repeated patterns, all right? So you don't have to stress yourself trying to castigate someone idea on a particular pattern, all right? So don't disturb yourself trying to say structure doesn't work. Don't disturb yourself trying to say support and resistance doesn't work. Don't disturb yourself trying to say equal lows, head and shoulder pattern does not work, wedge, does not work, flat patterns does not work. Stop disturbing yourself, all right? All these are patterns on the chart in the market that repeats itself both on a large and a smaller scale. So you don't need to stress yourself. Look for what works for you and then just use it. All right. Don't stop castigating what other people are doing, and is working for them. All right. So that's on a lighter note what I wanted to say. All right, because basically I trade structure, and I think I have a structure video that I've explained. I think the description, I'm not sure it's in the description, but probably I might add it to the description. But now let's quickly work on the fractality of price. All right, first I want to check the structure, this H4 time frame, basically. I want to check the structure of price currently, all right? So what do I have? I've told us in my structure video that to confirm a high, inducement has to be taken. To confirm a low, the most valid high should be taken. So what validates a high is the fact that inducement was taken for a buy trend, all right? Even for a sell trend, what validates a low is that the inducement got taken, just as simple as that. So you can see a lot of lows, all right, those intra lows, but basically you need an inducement to be taken before you confirm a low. All right, so here inducement was taken somewhere around here, right? We have our inducement was taken here. Yeah, so inducement was taken here. I just want you to see it very well. All right, so that's what we have. So inducement was taken around here. Possibly most persons okay, yeah, they are not wrong to say this place is a low. But when I was looking at this chart, the reason why price cleared this low, because I think I didn't take it from this low, was that there was an equal low somewhere around here. Yeah, so there was an equal low here. So you know that, okay, this is liquidity. When price is coming down, price will actually clear it. And you can see that it's equal, actually equal. But because it's equal, price, still move to the upside. So that's why I said, don't say one thing doesn't work, one thing doesn't. Just know the rules that guides it and then just trade it so far it makes you money. All right, so price came and took out this low because there was liquidity on it. All right, obvious liquidity. All right, so price took it out and then push up. So this place was a valid high. So we have a valid high around there. Now, as soon as that becomes a valid high, remember this has not broken structure, because some persons will ask me, all right, this was an inducement that was taken, which was correct. But what you need to know is that this high has not been taken. All right, the high is still intact. Price has not closed above it. All right, if price didn't close above it, then you don't have a break of structure. All right, so I'm waiting for price to close above. That's the first thing I want to say, but price didn't do that. So this place, I will not be focusing on it as a low. All right, so price then break above here. So we have a closure around here, went down, came back up. All right, so this is the most recent inducement that we're looking for price to take. So price took it and then confirmed this place as our high. Now I did a trading review, all right, a trade review where I marked this place as a potential entry area, all right, this place. All right, so that's where I marked as a potential trading area. I'm coming. I think, yeah. So based on daily, anyway, I use daily to mark this. So I mark, yeah. Yeah, I think so, yeah. So that's what I marked, because I have to mark it with the imbalance on H4. So that's what I marked. If you go on daily, you'd have seen why I marked it like that. All right, so I wanted price to come into this area of imbalance and give us something to trade. So that's just it. But this becomes our valid low. So this place is our valid low. To mark your zone, I think I will do a video on it later on. But for now, just let's talk about the fractal price nature. All right, so this is my low and this is my high. This is just a repeated pattern. Inducement has to be taken to confirm my high, and a valid high, which was here, had to be taken to confirm my low here. All right, price has come here and had given this. So I have this high, I have this low on H4. This is the zone I was looking for to trade. When you go to H1, you see things in a different way. So let's say this is our inducement. Let me just try to label it so that when we go on lower time frame, we'll know what that is, so that you can be able to see clearly. All right, so we have IDM. We have IDM. Yeah. So we have I. Then we have our low. So it's that simple. Now this based on H4. All right. Now let's go to H1. Let's see what we have. within the same range, which is the low and the high. All right, this low and this high here, the same range. Let's see what has been built over time on each one. So let's see. So let's start from somewhere around here. All right, good. Now see this, we have, this was a high because it took out inducement around here. All right, we have this as a valid high based on H1. All right, now remember that H4 just took out a high around here. Now H1 is telling us that this is a high, this is a low. All right, so but you see, like I said before, price had to close above this place. All right, for me to confirm a break of structure. It doesn't mean that, you know, price still have to go far down. There are other rules that guide it. So there's a possibility that price can actually come here and continue buying, but I don't want to talk about it. I just want to explain fractal price. All right, so when price got here, price pushed up. Now, where was my last low? All right, based on this, price has not actually broken above. All right, so this high is still valid. What I will just do is I will move my high to this place. Yeah. So then where is my low? My low is still valid around here. All right. My low is valid around here. So all this move here, from this low here to this place is one leg. All right. So where is our inducement? So we have coming. All right. So our inducement is supposed to be here. Yeah. So if you don't understand what inducement is, you can, you know, drop a comment about it so that I can explain. All right. But if no comment comes on me explaining inducement, then no problem. I'll just leave it at that, that we understand it. All right. So inducement is supposed to be here, and then you see price came for it. As soon as price took this inducement, this is a valid high on H1, and our low was here. So you see price actually reacted within this range on H1 until price broke down. All right, price broke down. So we have a change in structure on H1. So all this movement, one thing that I showed you is that price interpretation are time frame based. All right, a time frame displayed something, another time frame show you something different, but it's the same pattern, repeated pattern. So you have to have a specific rule to actually take those patterns. And that is why most people feel like there is nothing like structure. All right, structure is just a name given to a specific pattern. Like double top is a pattern also. All right, is a name given to a pattern that has been seen in the market and has been considered profitable. All right, if you know the rules that guides it. All right, so that's just the same thing. So there's no need to just try to argue. You know, if you don't understand it, it's fine. So don't argue when you don't know it. So that's just how it is. So price pushed up, all right. If I had taken this trade, maybe I would have closed partial at 1 to 3. Yeah, I guess so. I would have closed partial at 1 to 3 because it gives 1 to 3, close partial and break even, and then start, you know, hoping that price goes above. But yeah, price would have stopped me at break even, which was fine. So as soon as this happened, right, this low got taken. Let me draw that low very well. So this was the low here. So that low got taken here. Where is our next inducement? Our next inducement based on H1 was here. Now remember, I've drawn my range. I've drawn my range. So what you need to know about that range, I will show you, because I'm going to delete all this. It's only the last, you know, the last range I'm going to leave. All right, so inducement was taken here, which confirmed this place as our low. All right, so we have this as a valid low now, this one. So we have that place as a valid low, and this place, after it was taken, right? After this low. Now watch what was happening. It's only after this low is taken that this high becomes valid. But what happened here was just a rejection, all right? Price weak it out, so this high is not valid. Until I have a close below here, this high is not valid. So there's tendency that price can come and still take out this high, all right, into the nearest zone, probably somewhere around here. So there's a tendency that price can come here, all right? And if price does not come here, it can react from the imbalance or this whole other flow here. Basically, there are a lot of ways price can actually move, but depending on what you have tested over time, all right? So price reacted from this other flow and pushed the downside. So we have immediately this place got taken, all right? So this was a valid high before. So I have to shift that, sorry, valid low before. So I have to shift that low to this place because it was just a weak out of this. So the low will move to this place. Price then push up, then break below. So we have a break of structure here to the downside, continue to the downside. So where's my most recent inducement, which was here? All right, inducement got taken, this low got validated. It's just as simple as that. On all time frame, it's just like that. Valid low. All right, where do you want to take your trade from? Basically, I like taking my trade from either the other flow or the other block. Okay, so yeah, this would have been the place, but price didn't come there. All right, so price broke down. The same thing over and over. So price continued downward. All right, some people will use imbalance. All right, if they have used imbalance, I think they would have marked to this place. The price get there. All right, price was almost there, but it didn't get there. So but for me, I use zones. But if you trade VIX asset, especially VIX 25, VIX 25, all these VIX asset, basically you can use imbalance also. So now this is what we have. All right, so we have this last high here. All right, this was the last high here, and the price continue pushing down. Where's our inducement? That's the next thing to look out for. So our inducement was somewhere around here. Yeah. So I would have picked somewhere around here as my inducement. It's as simple as that. All right. So basically, price has pushed up and pushed up and pushed up. Now let me show you. All right. So now when I drew this outside, see what I saw. Price broke that high. Price broke this high. All right. And then came back down to take out this inducement. All right. Basically, this is my own inducement here. Then push up. All right. Push up and broke this high. So price broke this high. Now, when you notice, I already called this trade in a group. All right. So it's there. All right. So as soon as this high got taken, I was looking at the next inducement. So the next inducement was here. The same pattern all over again. It's just patterns, so no stress. So my zone was somewhere around here, which I called out, and I told them to look for the same pattern on lower time frame. It's just as simple as that. No stress. Look for the same pattern on lower time frame. If you get it, if you don't get it, then just try to avoid it. Just as simple as that. All right. I don't know if this gives it, but you can go ahead. So this is how I got H1. So let me delete all the remaining one so that we can be left with the most recent structure range on each one so that it won't be too rough. I don't know how to delete them combined. So after each one, we can go to M30 or M15. So let's try to see M15 first. Okay, so let's go down. You see how all of them looks, right? When we round up completely. So let's go to M15. M15 and M30 always look the same. All right, so let's just go to M15 direct. The same pattern every time. All right. So within this leg, let's see what happens. So this M15 also gave us something. Now that we were supposed to talk about change of character and all, but let's just check this. So price came back and take this most recent inducement here, all right, then create a lot of move and then create this inducement here. Somehow this area would have been the area to sell, but I don't think I sell this. Did I? No, I did. So, but I wasn't looking at that. I was more focused on the buy than the sell. All right, so let's continue. All right, basically, where was our structure on this M15? Virtually M15 and M and H1 are they even look alike. All right, so this is still valid low on M15. All right, so that's just it. So the same thing, the same thing. So let's just, it's not every time they look alike, but the most of the time look alike. So let's go to M5. Let's see what happened on M5. The fractal nature of the market. All right. So let's go. Now watch this. See this place where inducement was taken here. This one. I want to start marking M5. All right. This one is just H1 break of structure. So this M5 structure. M5 structure is different. All right. So we have a high, a low, a high, a low. So there are a lot of, I'm coming. Yeah, so we have a high, a low, a, this is not a valid high because it didn't take out any inducement, all right? So we have this high because it took out inducement somewhere around here, all right? So it took out inducement, so this is a low, a high, because it took out this inducement here, a high, a low, then we have this high, all right? So our low was supposed to be here. So if you want to confirm a break of structure, you'd have been using this low. That's on M5. So this low was valid. Now, so this place is an inducement that was taken. That's in case we want to buy. This is an inducement that was taken and price came down, didn't give any soft of entry around here, broke to the downside. So if you want to actually buy or sell, so you would have used this zone based on M5 to sell down. Where's the zone? Let me try to refine it. All right, so that's it. So you see sniper entry push to the downside. So it's just as simple. So let's continue. So this is now the low on M5 that got taken. So we have this high. This is the high. Where is the inducement? So let's see. Where is the inducement? All right. So the inducement should be here. Yeah, that's the inducement. Okay, so that's the inducement. Price took it out and continue selling. So this becomes a valid low. And this becomes a high. So that's a high. And where is the inducement? The inducement is here. Here. Price took out that inducement. Validate this as what? A low. This as a high after that low was taken. Now see what happened. Price came back and take out this inducement here, making this place a valid low. So as soon as, making this place a valid low. As soon as this low was taken, this place becomes a valid high. So I was waiting for a break of structure. Immediately price got to my, what do they call it? This is the zone was from H1, so I need M5. So M5 had broken structure. So I was just waiting for inducement to be taken and to enter. So inducement was here. The same pattern over and over, no stress. So price gave this inducement and then I take my trade. So it's just as simple as it is. All right. Sometimes price can, decide to do a turtle soup. So you know how to take your trade. But this is how I took the trade. So depending on how you want to take, so this is the fractal nature of price, the same pattern, the same pattern. So the fact that you don't trade this pattern doesn't make you a wrong trader, all right, basically. But whatever pattern you want to trade, just know that it has a lower scale and a higher scale. So I've actually dealt with all this. Let me delete this and leave only the recent. So there are a lot of work to do mastering, this kind of pattern, right? That is called structure. So try to master it. So this is the fractal nature. So let me go back to H4 so that you see how it looks. Right, so this H4 highs and lows. All right, the most recent range on H1, see it here, so see it, highs and lows. The M5 one didn't show, but it's still in the fractality of price. Now, how do you deal with it? You have to choose your time frame, all right? I think I've done a lot of work trying to explain time frame correlation, all right? So that's where this come into play, all right? You need to decide which time frame do you want to be trading off from, all right? At least for a start. Because for me, personally, I use 3 time frames for structure mapping, all right? That's for a long run structure mapping. I use weekly, daily, and H4 basic. All right. Then my entry time frame are just on lower time frame. All right. Just the same thing over and over. Don't stress yourself. Do the same thing over and over. That's how to bypass the fractality of market. All right. Price gives pattern every time. All right. Choose the patterns you want to trade and stay consistent with it. That's just how it is. So don't segregate or don't castigate a particular trading idea. I didn't develop anything. All right. All the things I'm using were taught. They were things I learned from other people. They were things I was privileged to, learn from others. So don't talk down on any kind of way of trading. All right. So that's just how I would say. That's all I would say. So decide on the time frame you are going to be using. It's going to make it very easy for you. So in case you have issues with marking structure, I have a structure video on the YouTube channel. Try as much as possible to watch it. So cheers and God bless.